Okay, so that is the weakness of the PCM. Another weakness,
Well, not to that.
yeah, is also to do with the conduct of the PCM is very tedious. Right? It takes a long time. So, for example, the debate program, it took the JICA expert, of course, in consultations with the main stakeholders, particularly the implementing agencies and the decision makers, almost half a year. Almost half a year, just to finalize the end product, which is somewhat similar to what you have here, the plan of operation, the plan of action. Another issue is that the PCM heavily reliant on the facilitator. What I'm implying here is that you need to have a good facilitator and experienced one to be able to steer the project proponent to the right direction. Also in terms of how detailed the eventual plan of action would be. So I identify this as the main weaknesses of the PCA. Another one, this is a minor comment. Of course, I provided you with the sequence of the PCM. We started with stakeholder analysis, followed by problem analysis, objective analysis, project selection, PDM, project appraisal, and then last plan of action. Last plan of operation. Okay, so where you decide to put which stage of this analysis into the final plan of action, that really depends on you. But there is also a reason why the sequence was like that. During the workshop, that would be ideal in my opinion. But when you present the plan of action, where you put it really depends on the context of what you are presenting. So in the case of our friend from Uganda, there were, when they spoke about the stakeholders, correct me if I were wrong, you presented, what you have presented in terms of the stakeholders, these are the most important stakeholders, right? Okay, it does not include the support or interest group, or the wider interest group, etc. So, in the context of your presentation, that the way where you slated the slides in your presentation, I thought that was not an issue. This weakness, I agree with Kenya. This is actually a strength. Because it is incorporated into the PCM. When we did the stakeholder analysis, the purpose of the stakeholder analysis, there are two main purposes. Number one is for you to identify for whom the project is for. So this, in my opinion, needs to be identified right from the outset. And then number two, who are all the stakeholders in relation to your proposed project? So when you identify who are the stakeholders in your proposed project, you are actually getting to know them in the beginning. Remember, you did a detailed analysis of not all but the most important stakeholders. You could, in fact, choose. Then again, this depends on the context of the project that you're proposing, choose more than just those most important stakeholders that you have chosen. So in effect, what you'll be doing is you are getting to know your partners better. Right?
Coming to the weakness and strengths of TCM, I fail to ask what you explain. It is from the beginning of the presentations, but when we come across the point, when we try to see what the weakness or strength of the PCM, there is two things come to our mind. One is that whether we refer to the formulation stage or the implementation stage. If those dimensions are totally different. So for me, I choose at the formulation stage. This one would something come to the implementation stage. Maybe what they propose here is something like when you implement the PCM, they put something happen. But in my case, is as I said, we also refer to these two stages. Whether we choose the formulation, whether we choose the implementation stage. Maybe that put something we take into account whenever we put the weakness of PCM or a combination of both. And for the presentation, thank you.
So that was more of a comment rather than
Yeah.
Right. Thank you very much. All right, moving on next, we would like to call upon a representative from Thailand, to give a presentation or proposal about the action of plan action for conservation.
I'm scared. Okay.
Good morning for everyone. From the
Can you wait until I'm operating?
Let me shift
Go.
a little bit.
Go. We need to have the two important people here. Committee.
Okay, wait a minute.
Otherwise you go back and let's wait.
This is good.
Now we have the lecturers.
How do you get person? Side.
You can.
No, you cannot. If you want to use that one, you only use this one. Oh, except the check.
Coordinator. Can we be the
If
coordinator?
you want to use that one, you have to use.
Then we coordinator.
We want to use that one.
It's okay. So you take not here. This one. This better.
Okay, go ahead.
No need to wait.
Just wait for a while. Just wait a bit.
Okay. While waiting, can you see your echo?
Yeah, with the colors, but is it fun with those colors?
Yes.
That sounds it. Ah, that's beautiful.
In different parts have a different color. Yeah, we try to analyze like DNA to create a subspecies. The distribution is whole Southeast Asia. That's why I have a different color, different size, some different characteristic. Yes.
We are waiting for the visitors. So yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Everybody's ready.
Okay, everyone ready. Good morning again. Today is our last day in this room, right? I'm going to present the conservation management of house gecko in northern parts of Thailand. The gecko look like this. You can see it. Not scary. It's so cute. Okay, what is a gecko? The gecko is a reptile. It's a nocturnal animal. They live and feeding at the night, and it's a lizard. They belong to the family Geckonidae. It has scientific name on this gecko. Gecko actually the name transferred from the sound. It's called gecko. Everyone. In my country we call tukke. I think it's the same as everyone from the Southeast Asia. The distribution is throughout Southeast Asia and some parts on the near India. We can find in the domestic and also in the forest. And here Sabah also have a gecko. What's the problem and sorry, I'm not familiar with this. Okay, my project will run in the northern part, northeastern part of Thailand that have a record for trading in around here. And the target group is farmers, mostly farmers, student and teacher around the place that have harvesting activities. And for officer in my office and environmental ministry and the general public, the duration of the project is 5 years, just starts next year. Okay. What is the problem of house gecko? This organization quite looking take care about the wildlife trade in Southeast Asia and especially in our country, and also they have a big office in the Malaysia. Maybe I'm not sure. The traffic support report the trading of the house gecko. They have a ton of the gecko around 1.5 million sent through China every year. It's not about our country, but the main product from Indonesia, Thailand, also some part from Malaysia. It's most declared is from breeding sector, but in reality it's almost from Hawaii. They use a gecko for medicine like prohistic dissect for a man, and I'm not sure the word. And for the diabetes and make some drink for HIV and cancer medicine, but no proof document now. Also, almost a gecko sent to Chinese is a dry gecko. Looking like this, they cut it and spread it with the bamboo stick. And we can see in the market, they always have a gecko, dry gecko in the Chinese market. And last month, in the International Convention on International Trade and Endangered Species of Wildlife Fauna and Flora has taken place in the Switzerland. They have some document about the gecko, because the house gecko have a record of two exploitation or it's over harvesting or exploitation sent to China, and they want to know how many or how much we still have in the wild and make some regular in our country or rain country to control the trade. Okay, at the further analyze, we run the same process of PCM. We analyze, myself analyze the stakeholder look like it, but actually it's more than this, but it's quite important. The first one is over my office and Royal Forestry Department and farmers, some scientists from the National History Museum in Thailand, and some scientists and IUCN, IUCN especially in reptile specialist group and a harvester. I separate, actually the same group, but I separated because the harvester is some illegal harvest from wild. Okay, the problem analysis, because it's over exploitation or over harvesting, the house gecko population is continue decreasing. The record from the traffic collect about 10 years. The trend of the population decreasing every year, and even the sending product is still like a stable or 10 years big use. The gecko populations is continue loss because we have a loose control of how gecko exporting, just export, but not like I have a good systematic to keep and collect the data, and I focus on the public awareness of how gecko conservation is lacking, because it's like a normal species we can find everywhere and people always ignore it. And the part important one is the over harvesting. And the second of the problem analysis is for the control importing, because it's the effectiveness of the law is reducing because of that database and some strategy will not match for the exporter. And the second one is quite relevant for me too much, is about illustrating have wrong attitude for protect house gecko in some belief or some thinking or some attitude of people think about the gecko is a bad animal. When the gecko like call when you go when you want to go outside and gecko call, you will have accident outside, something a bad luck. And just a normal species, no interesting for this. And about the information data system, also the information on biology, trading, and ecology is now lacking. That's why we have to research on this. And the bigger and most important is scrutinized harvesting system declared is unclear. When they export, they say it's from the domestic breeding, but actually, as I mentioned at the first, it's all from wild. We need the system to, or some law or some basic law to clarify this. For the object analysis, try to transfer the negative thing to positive thing. The gecko will be continue increasing population by control, export, and give them a lot of the public awareness and conservation program and balancing harvesting. For the first one, control export is like make the law enforcement effectively by improving some systematic like a database export, and find the good or match strategy for exporter. Like we make a deal with the exporter, set a quota to send out of our country. And second one, the public awareness and researching. Try to put more interesting for this species, make the people have a right attitude for protect this species, and also increasing information database by using a research and public awareness program. How to balancing harvesting? Before balancing harvesting, we have to clear clear of the transport, like exporting shipment of the gecko, which one from the wild we not allowed to export, like a setting a law make it happen. we create in the 3 groups like this. And I keep my attention and focus on this group because it's relevant for me and my bias, extra strong bias. I do it, I think I can do it well. Okay, the project selection that I mentioned, I focus on this, but all is relevant. If you don't have data of usage or the usage or economic system, if you have like a public awareness or research or data, you can analyze or you can manage the economic and usage of the KECO, and also the law enforcement. I picked this one. Okay. This is quite messy, and look overall this is something like this. Overall goal that you have already know, project purpose for rising or for increasing population in by output into to group in the public awareness and research system. Okay, how you make sure and evaluate your output? They have, if a project will finish, they have a record from public awareness, like we have we will set. Okay, sorry, and we will have a research system in focus on the activity and some important assumption for the overall goal is enhancing understanding awareness be important because they will know how much KECO function and play important role in the ecosystem, which are relevant to the organization and especially on farmer and general people. Okay. For the activity, we have two output: awareness, public awareness, and research part. The activity of the public awareness should have more, but my limitation ability now, I can calculate in just 3 in the educate program for over harvesting record. Educate program to teacher and student who live nearby in the harvesting area that have a record about illegal trade or illegal hunting. And second, conduct a training to the farmer, like how many you can have, how many you can catch from your place and send it to the market. And this one is quite more relative and more important is the social media promos of KECO awareness program to many people. It's not only social media, but I think if we have money or we have support from the donor, we will give the broadcast media to promote the house KECO conservation. And to the conduct of research, we focus on the four research. First one, that we have to set database first to collect the study information from previous. And second one, to study on the population biology and ecology of house KECO. And after we got this information, we will mapping distribution of the present distribution of house KECO and classify the previous status of the house KECO. IUCN also raised in the website is like a no data or like a non-threatened species, but actually in there's some place like a specific place. Thailand, Indonesia, maybe some place is endangered. And the last one, I don't know, and the last one, I don't know much about this, but I think the economic department can help us study on house KECO usage, market and demand analysis. Okay, for the output. We focus on for implement agency and support agency for